The security guard's hand hovered over his radio. Alex stood frozen in the marble lobby while 200 eyes burned into him. His wife Elena's voice cut through the silence like broken glass. Finally, someone sees what I've been dealing with. The bank manager's words still hung in the air. Sir, we may need to ask you to step aside. Elena's two friends giggled behind manicured hands. Phones were out. Recording. Always recording. Then Alex's phone buzzed once. Just once. What happened in the next 30 seconds would shatter everything Elena thought she knew, would turn her perfect Instagram life into ash, would prove that sometimes the quietest person in the room is the most dangerous. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Before we dive in, hit that like button if you've ever been underestimated. Drop a comment telling me the craziest public drama you've ever witnessed. And subscribe because this story has a twist that'll make your jaw hit the floor. Let me take you back to where this really started. 6 years before that moment in the bank, Alex Carter sat in a coffee shop, wearing jeans with a hole in the knee. Elena Monroe walked in wearing white. Everything white. White dress, white heels, white handbag. She looked like money. She looked like every man's dream. Alex's friend Jake elbowed him hard. Dude, don't even think about it. That's Elena Monroe. She only dates guys who own things, like buildings. Alex smiled into his coffee. Maybe I like challenges. 3 months later, they were engaged. Alex's tech friends warned him. Man, she doesn't know you sold your AI company for billions. She thinks you're just some programmer who works from home. What happens when she finds out? Then I'll know she loves me for me, Alex had said. He was wrong. She never found out, and she never loved him. Year one was okay. Elena liked that Alex was mysterious and low-key. She told her friends he was a secret genius who would hit it big someday. Year two, the cracks showed. Why are we taking the bus? Elena hissed on their anniversary. Marcus took his girlfriend to dinner in a Tesla. You can't even call an Uber? Alex held the grocery bags tighter. I thought you wanted to save money for the house. I want a husband who acts like a man. An old woman on the bus looked away, pretended not to hear. Year three was worse. Elena started a lifestyle blog, posted photos of brunches she attended alone, trips funded by her parents, designer clothes she bought herself. Her captions were masterpieces of subtle shade. Living my best life. Sometimes you have to be your own provider. When he says, let's save money, but you know you deserve better. Reminder, you can love someone and still want more for yourself. Her followers ate it up. Thousands of comments. Girl, leave him. You deserve a king. Why are you still with that broke boy? Alex saw every post. Never said a word. Year four, she stopped pretending in public. At her friend Monica's wedding, Elena introduced Alex to the bride's father, a real estate mogul named Richard Castellano. This is Alex. He works with computers. Richard's handshake was limp. Computers? Right. Well, someone's got to fix them, I suppose. He turned away mid-sentence, already scanning for someone more important. Elena's face burned red, not from shame for her husband, from shame that she'd married him. That night, in their tiny apartment bathroom, Alex heard her on the phone with Monica. I know. Don't remind me. Everyone was asking where my husband works, what he drives. I wanted to die, Monica. I actually wanted to disappear. So why don't you leave? Silence. Then, I keep thinking he'll surprise me, do something big, prove everyone wrong. But it's been 4 years and we're still in this shoebox eating leftovers. Alex stood outside the door for a long time. Year 5, Elena stopped touching him. No kisses goodbye. No hand-holding. At parties, she stood on the opposite side of the room. She started working out constantly, posting gym selfies with hashtags like hashtag glow up season and hashtag better things are coming. She was preparing to leave, or preparing to be left for someone better. Alex's mother called one Sunday. Son, you sound tired. Is everything okay with Elena? It's fine, Mom. You're lying. I can always tell. I thought if I stayed quiet, stayed humble, the right person would see me. Really see me? His mother's voice cracked. Baby, the right person would have seen you on day one. Friday morning, late October. The air outside felt like cold metal. Elena stood in front of the mirror for 40 minutes. Tried on 6 outfits. Settled on a cream blazer, designer jeans, and heels so high they clicked like little hammers. Alex sat on the couch in khakis and a plain blue button-down. She looked at him like he just crawled out of a dumpster. That's what you're wearing? We're going to a bank, Elena, not a fashion show. We're meeting with Gregory Harrison. The Gregory Harrison. He handles accounts for celebrities, athletes. And you look like you're going to fix his Wi-Fi. Alex stood slowly. Do you want to change? Elena grabbed her purse. Forget it. Let's just get this over with. In the car, Elena's car, a leased BMW she could barely afford. She gripped the steering wheel so hard her knuckles went white. I invited Kelsey and Bryn, by the way. Alex looked over. Your influencer friends? Why? Because today's a big deal. I'm getting approved for a $200,000 line of credit. I'm finally going to be able to expand my brand, open an online store, maybe even get an office space. And I want them there to document it. Document your loan approval? Document my success, Alex. Something you wouldn't understand. The words sat between them like poison. First National Bank looked like a museum. Marble floors, vaulted ceilings, chandeliers that cost more than most cars. Kelsey and Bryn were already there, perched on a leather bench like exotic birds. Both wore sunglasses indoors. Both held iced coffees. Both squealed when Elena walked in. Babe, oh my God, you look stunning. They hugged. Air kisses. Phone cameras already out. Elena turned, gesturing vaguely toward Alex trailing behind. This is Alex, my husband. Kelsey's smile flickered. Oh, hi. Bryn didn't even lower her sunglasses. Alex nodded politely. Nice to meet you both. They turned back to Elena immediately, already whispering. Alex caught pieces. Didn't know he was so... She said he was in tech. I thought that meant literally Walmart vibes. 20 minutes later, Gregory Harrison called them back. 50s, silver hair, suit that probably cost $8,000. Mrs. Monroe, wonderful to see you again. His eyes slid to Alex. Paused. And you brought your accountant? Elena's face went red. My husband. Gregory's handshake with Alex was brief, cold. Please, both of you, come in. Ladies, I'm afraid this is a private consultation. Oh, they're with me, Elena interrupted. Moral support. Gregory blinked. Mrs. Monroe, bank policy. They can wait right outside the office. Please, Gregory. This is a huge moment for me. He sighed. Fine, but they must stay in the waiting area. Kelsey and Bryn positioned themselves just outside the glass office walls. Phones out. Ready? Gregory settled behind his desk, tapping his keyboard. His smile was professional. Empty. So, Mrs. Monroe, you're applying for a $200,000 line of credit for business purposes. I reviewed your application. Your personal income is solid. $38,000 annually from your blog and partnerships. However, for this amount, we typically require collateral or joint verification from a spouse. Elena's jaw tightened. My husband's income is modest. Gregory glanced at Alex. Mr. Carter, do you have recent pay stubs or tax returns we can review? Alex opened his mouth. Elena cut him off. He works freelance. Very inconsistent. Honestly, Gregory, I'm the breadwinner here. This loan is entirely my project. Gregory's fingers paused over keyboard. Mrs. Monroe, I understand, but bank policy requires. Can we just look at the joint account? Elena snapped. Let's see what's there and move forward. I don't have all day. Gregory's expression cooled. Of course. He turned the screen slightly. Typed, then frowned. Your joint checking account shows a balance of $843. Silence. Elena's face went white, then red. That can't be right. Alex, didn't you deposit your last check? Alex said nothing. Alex, Her voice was rising. People outside were starting to glance over. Answer me. Did you deposit your check or not? I used it for groceries, Alex said quietly. And the car insurance you forgot to pay. Elena's hand slammed onto Gregory's desk. Are you kidding me right now? Gregory cleared his throat. Mrs. Monroe, please. No, I'm sick of this. She whirled toward Alex, and her voice boomed into the lobby. I'm sick of being embarrassed. I'm sick of pretending you're going to magically become successful. Look at you. You're wearing a shirt from Target. Outside, Kelsey's eyes went wide. She nudged Bryn. Both phones lifted. Gregory stood. Mrs. Monroe, I'm going to have to ask you to lower your... This is embarrassing. Elena's voice cracked. Tears were forming now, not from sadness, from rage. My husband is so poor, he uses a flip phone from 2010. We look like charity cases. The entire bank had gone silent. Tellers stopped counting money. Customers stared. Kelsey was definitely recording now. Elena turned to the small crowd forming. You want to know the truth? I've been carrying this man for 5 years. 5 years of hoping he'd surprise me. Do something. Be someone. She spun back to Alex, mascara starting to streak. Say something. Defend us for once, you pathetic... Mrs. Monroe. Gregory's voice was sharp now. That is enough. But Elena wasn't done. She grabbed Alex's arm, shaking him. Answer me. Tell them you're going to fix this. Tell them you have a plan. Alex looked at her, really looked at her. And for the first time in 5 years, she saw something in his eyes that made her blood run cold. Nothing. No hurt. No anger. No love. Just nothing. Gregory's face was stone. He glanced at his screen again, then at Alex, then at the 2 security guards who had moved closer to the office door. He leaned toward Elena, voice low, but not low enough. Ma'am, I understand your frustration. With the current assets visible, I'm afraid we may need to ask the gentleman to step aside while we discuss alternative options. Perhaps individually. The words hit like a punch. Elena's eyes lit up. A smile tugged at her lips. She looked at Alex like she'd finally won. Finally, she whispered loudly, just for her friends. Finally, someone sees it. One security guard shifted his weight. The other placed a hand near his radio. Both watched Alex like he was about to bolt or cause trouble. Gregory gestured toward the door. Sir, if you wouldn't mind waiting in the main lobby, we can... Alex didn't move. He stood perfectly still, face blank, hands loose at his sides. Kelsey whispered to Bryn, Oh my God, he's getting kicked out. Poor guy, Bryn whispered back, but she was grinning. Elena stood taller, fixed her blazer. She was already planning her Instagram caption. Sometimes you have to make hard decisions. Growth over comfort. Gregory opened his mouth to speak again. Then Alex's phone buzzed. Once. Just once. He pulled out slowly. An old iPhone, cracked screen, no case. Kelsey actually laughed. Alex unlocked it with his thumb. Tapped twice. Then slid it back into his pocket. 10 seconds of silence. Then Gregory's computer pinged. Once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, a whole cascade of pings, like slot machine bells. Gregory's eyes dropped to his screen, and his face went white. His mouth opened, closed, opened again. He stood up so fast his chair shot backward and slammed into the wall. Wait! Elena blinked. What? Gregory's hands were shaking. Wait. What? Mister. He looked at Alex like he was seeing a ghost. Mr. Alexander James Carter? Alex nodded once. Gregory's voice cracked. This can't be right. He spun his monitor around. An entire room saw it. Account balance, $300 million and 87 cents. Incoming transfer, verified. Cayman Holdings Trust LLC. Elena's world stopped. The air left the room. Gregory stammered. Sir, you're on our ultra-high net worth watch list. We had no idea you were... You. He actually bowed. A 50-year-old senior bank manager bowed. Security, stand down. Now! The guards froze. Gregory practically ran around his desk. Please, Mr. Carter. This way. To the VIP lounge. Immediately. I'm so deeply. Elena's voice came out like broken glass. What is happening? Alex turned to look at her and smiled. Not a happy smile. The kind of smile that means someone just realized they've been playing chess with a master while they were still learning checkers. Elena, he said softly, we need to talk. Elena's brain couldn't process what her eyes were seeing. 300 million. The number sat on the screen like a living thing. Real, undeniable, mocking her. That's not possible. Her voice was barely a whisper. Alex he can't. Gregory was already typing frantically, pulling up records. Mrs. Monroe, your husband's account is linked to a verified Cayman trust established in 2019. Multiple assets, international holdings. He's been a client of our private wealth management division for... Stop. Elena's hands shot up. She looked at Alex, really looked at him, like she was seeing a stranger. What is he talking about? What Cayman trust? You work from home. You were the same jeans for a week. Alex's expression didn't change. I do work from home. I like those jeans. Don't do that. Her voice cracked. Don't be cute right now. Where did this money come from? The lobby was packed now. 50 people had materialized out of nowhere. Phones everywhere. This was going to be all over social media within the hour. Kelsey lowered her phone slowly. Elena, did you know? Of course I didn't know. Elena shouted. Then she turned back to Alex, and something shifted in her face. The anger melted. Her eyes went wide and soft. She moved toward him, reaching for his hand. Baby, I'm so confused. Why didn't you tell me? We're married. We're supposed to share everything. Alex took one step back. Her hand grabbed empty air. Don't, he said quietly. Don't do that. Do what? Tears were falling now. Real ones. Panic tears. Alex, I don't understand what's happening. Please, just tell me what's going on. Gregory cleared his throat. Perhaps we should move this to a private. No. Alex's voice was sharp. He looked at Elena. You wanted witnesses. You invited your friends. You made a spectacle. So let's finish it here. Elena's face went pale. Alex, 5 years ago, I sold my AI company. Natural language processing software. Bought by Google. $1.2 billion. The lobby gasped. Someone dropped a pen. Elena's mouth opened. Nothing came out. Alex continued, his voice flat and emotionless. I took $800 million after taxes and legal fees. Put most of it into trusts and investments. Kept 300 liquid for, I don't know. I guess I was waiting to see if I'd need it. You're lying. Elena shook her head, backing away. You're lying. I've seen our accounts. I've seen our apartment. You can't. Why would I lie? Alex tilted his head. Check the records. Gregory can show you. Alexander James Carter, founder and former CEO of Synapse AI, sold to Google in January 2019 for... Stop. Elena screamed. Just stop. The entire bank flinched. She was breathing hard now, hands in her hair. Why would you hide this from me? Why would you let me think we were poor? Let me struggle? Her voice broke. Let me treat you like... She couldn't finish. Alex finished for her. Like I was worthless. Silence. Thick. Heavy. Suffocating. Bryn's phone was still recording. She didn't even blink. I hid it, Alex said slowly, because I want to know if someone could love me when I had nothing to prove, when I wasn't impressive, when I was just me. Elena's legs wobbled. Gregory quickly pulled out a chair. She collapsed into it. I grew up poor, Elena. Really poor. My mom cleaned houses. My dad left when I was 6. I wore the same shoes until they fell apart. Kids at school called me trash boy because I ate lunch from the free program. His voice was still calm, but something dark flickered in his eyes. When I made my first million at 23, People came out of nowhere. Friends I'd never met. Family members who'd ignored my mom for years. Women who wouldn't look at me in college suddenly wanted to get coffee. Elena stared at her hands. So, when I sold the company, I made a decision. I'd live like I used to. Small apartment. Normal clothes. No fancy car. And I'd wait. Wait to see if I could find someone who loved me for me. He looked directly at her now. I thought I found that person in you. Elena's breath hitched. Alex, you told me once, early on, that you didn't care about money. Remember? We were on that bench in Central Park. You said you just wanted someone kind. Someone real. A tear rolled down Elena's cheek. I believed you, Alex said. For a while, I really believed you. I didn't mean it. Elena shot up from the chair. I did. Alex, I swear, Then what happened? His voice rose the first time. What changed? When did I stop being enough? Elena opened her mouth, closed it. Was it when your friends started posting vacation photos? Alex pressed. When Monica married that real estate guy. When your blog followers started asking why you were still in a tiny apartment. That's not fair. You introduced me to Richard Castellano like I was your embarrassment. Alex's voice bounced off the marble walls. You told Monica you want to disappear because of me. I heard you, Elena. Her face crumpled. You heard that. I heard everything. His voice dropped back to that cold, flat tone. Every phone call, every comment to your friends, every Instagram caption dragging me without saying my name. Kelsey and Bryn exchanged glances. They were witnessing a murder, a live execution. Alex, I'm sorry. Elena was sobbing now, mascara everywhere. I'm so sorry. I was stupid. I was shallow. I got caught up in what people thought, and I lost sight of what mattered. But we can fix this. Please, we can fix this. She reached for him again. This time he let her touch his arm. Hope bloomed on her face. Then he gently removed her hand. We can't. Yes, we can. She was begging now, voice breaking. I love you. I know I haven't shown it, but I do. I love you so much. Please, please don't do this. Alex reached into his jacket pocket, pulled out a folded piece of paper, handed it to Gregory. The prenup, Alex said, signed October 2020. Everything financial stays separate in the event of divorce. Elena keeps what's hers. I keep what's mine. Gregory unfolded it, scanned it, nodded slowly. This is valid and notarized. Elena's face went from red to white. No, 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 no. You signed it, Elena. You even joked about it. Said you didn't care about money, remember? Said love was enough. She grabbed the paper from Gregory, hands shaking. Her eyes raced over the words. There it was, her signature, right next to Alex's. I didn't know you had. She looked up at him, wild-eyed. This isn't fair. That money, you made it while we were together. That makes it OURS. I made it 2 months before we met, Alex said. The sale closed January 2019. We met March 2019. Legally, ethically, morally, it's mine. But I'm your wife. You're the woman who called me pathetic 20 minutes ago. Direct hit. Elena's knees buckled. She grabbed the edge of Gregory's desk to steady herself. Alex. Her voice was tiny now. Please. I made a mistake. People make mistakes. You can't throw away 5 years because of one bad day. One bad day. Alex laughed. It was a terrible sound. Elena, it's been a bad 5 years. Today was just the first time you said it in public. Gregory's phone buzzed. He glanced at it, frowned, then looked at Alex. Sir, your attorney is on line 3. He says it's urgent. Alex nodded. Put him on speaker. Gregory hesitated. Are you sure? Given the current. Put him on speaker. Click. Alex, it's David. Sorry to interrupt, but the papers were just filed. It's official. Divorce proceedings initiated as of 10:47 a.m. Eastern Time. She'll be served by end of business today. Elena's face went gray. Wait, she whispered. Wait, wait, wait. Also, David continued, the apartment lease is under your name only, so we've started the process to transfer her belongings to a storage unit. She'll have the address by tonight. You're kicking me out? Elena's voice climbed into hysteria. Alex, you can't. Where am I supposed to go? Additionally, David went on, ignoring her, the BMW is leased under her name, so that's her responsibility. But the insurance you've been paying, that's canceled effective immediately. Alex. Elena grabbed his shirt. Alex, listen to me. Finally, her credit cards, the ones you've been covering the minimum payments on for 8 months, those are now her sole responsibility as well. Just want to confirm you're aware. I am, Alex said calmly. Thank you, David. Pleasure. Congrats on the fresh start, buddy. You deserve it. Click. Elena stared at Alex like he'd just stab her. You planned this. Her voice was hollow. You planned all of this. I gave you 5 years to see me, Alex said. You didn't. So, yes, I planned this. When? Tears were streaming freely now. When did you decide to destroy my life? The night you told Monica you wanted to disappear. Alex's eyes were ice. That's when I called David. That's when I started moving money, organizing the trust transfers, preparing the paperwork. That was 3 months ago. I wanted to be sure. Alex's voice was soft now, almost gentle. I wanted to give you one more chance. I kept hoping you'd wake up, change. Remember why you said yes when I proposed. He stepped closer. But you didn't. Elena's sobs were ugly now, loud, wet. Her perfect makeup was destroyed. So you brought me here. She looked around the lobby, at the phones, the cameras, the people. You brought me here to humiliate me the way I humiliated you. No. Alex shook his head. I brought you here so you could see yourself. Really see yourself. He gestured to Kelsey and Bryn, who both lowered their phones guiltily. Your friends are going to post this. Elena, it'll be everywhere by tonight. And everyone's going to know, not that you married a rich man, but that you treated a good man like garbage because you cared more about what strangers thought than what we had. Please. Elena's voice was barely audible. Please don't leave me like this. You left me first. Alex turned toward the VIP lounge where Gregory was nervously waiting. You left me every time you mocked me. Every time you made me feel small. Every time you chose your image over our marriage. He started walking. Alex. Elena lunged forward, but the security guards gently blocked her path. Alex, I love you. He stopped, didn't turn around. No, you don't. You love what I can give you. There's a difference. And he walked away. Elena stood in the center of the marble floor, surrounded by strangers, her sobs echoing off the vaulted ceiling. Kelsey and Bryn approached slowly. Elena, Kelsey said carefully, we should probably get away from me. Elena spun on them. You were supposed to be my friends. You just recorded the worst moment of my life. Bryn's face hardened. You asked us to come document your success. Elena, we didn't know it was going to turn into this. You could have stopped recording. Could we? Kelsey's voice had an edge now. Because, honestly, Elena, you've been kind of a nightmare lately. Always bragging. Always putting Alex down. Always acting like you were better than everyone. Are you serious right now? We stuck around because we thought you'd snap out of it, Bryn added. But you didn't. And now... She gestured around the lobby. Now you're getting what you gave. They turned and walked out together, already watching the footage on Kelsey's phone. Elena stood alone. Gregory approached cautiously, like she might explode. Mrs. Monroe, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the premises. You're disrupting. I'm disrupting? Elena's laugh was hysterical. I just lost everything. Ma'am, my husband is a billionaire, and I'm being thrown out of a bank. One of the security guards took her elbow gently but firmly. Let's go, ma'am. She jerked away. Don't touch me. But her legs were shaking too much. She stumbled. The guard caught her, and this time she didn't fight. They walked her to the door. Outside, The October air hit her like a slap. Cold, sharp, real. She stood on the sidewalk, purse slipping off her shoulder, phone clutched in her shaking hand. Dead battery. No signal anyway. She tried to call an Uber on her watch. Payment declined. Alex must have canceled the card. People walked past. Some glanced at her. Most didn't. A homeless man sitting against a building looked up. "You okay, miss?" Elena's laugh came out like a sob. No, I'm really not." He nodded. "Me neither." Then he looked back down at his cup of change. Elena stood there for 10 minutes. Maybe 20. Time felt broken. Finally, she started walking. Didn't know where. Just walked. Her heels clicked on the concrete. Each step hurt. She passed a store window and caught a reflection. Mascara streaked. Hair messy. Blazer wrinkled. She looked exactly how she felt. Ruined. The black Maybach pulled up so quietly Elena didn't hear it first. She was 2 blocks from the bank now, leaning against a streetlight, trying to catch her breath. The rear door opened. Alex stepped out. He was wearing sunglasses now. Looked calm. Looked free. For a moment, their eyes met. Elena opened her mouth. Nothing came out. What could she possibly say? Alex didn't look angry. Didn't look sad. He looked done. He slid back into the car without a word. The driver, a woman in a sharp black suit, closed the door gently. The Maybach glided away, silent as a shadow. Elena watched it disappear into traffic. And for the first time in 5 years, she understood what she'd lost. Not the money, not the security, not the lifestyle. She'd lost a man who would have given her everything if she'd just seen him, really seen him. Her phone buzzed in her pocket. Battery still alive somehow. A notification from Instagram. Kelsey had tagged her in a video. The caption read, "When keeping it real goes wrong, full story on my profile. Link in bio. Hashtag karma, hashtag bank drama, hashtag instant regret." 3,000 views already. And climbing. Elena dropped the phone. It cracked on the sidewalk. She didn't pick it up. Alex sat in a cafe in Seattle. Not a fancy one. Just a regular place with good coffee and mismatched chairs. A woman sat across from him. Mid-30s, glasses, wearing jeans and a sweater with paint stains. "So," she said, smiling, "you really just work from home? No office?" "Yep," Alex said. "I like it quiet." "And you drive, or what was it? A 2015 Honda." 2014, actually. She's a good car." The woman laughed. "You know you're weird, right?" "I've been told." "I like weird." They talked for 2 hours. About books. About art. About the terrible movie they'd both walked out of last week. When the check came, Alex reached for it. She grabbed it first. "I got this one. You can get the next one." "There's going to be a next one?" She grinned. "If you don't mess it up." Alex smiled. A real smile. For the first time in years. Meanwhile, 3,000 miles away, Elena Monroe sat in her studio apartment. A real studio. Not the Instagram kind. Staring at her phone. Her blog was dead. Her sponsorships were gone. Her followers had turned on her like wolves. The video of the bank incident had gone viral. 30 million views. News articles. Think pieces about materialism and marriage. She'd become a cautionary tale. The woman who mocked a billionaire. She scrolled through the comments sometimes, late at night when she couldn't sleep. Most were brutal. She got exactly what she deserved. Imagine being that shallow. That man dodged a missile. But one comment, buried deep in the thread, stuck with her. Money doesn't change people. It just reveals who they always were. Elena looked at her reflection in the black phone screen. And finally, painfully, she understood. She spent years mocking a billionaire. In seconds, she lost everything. But the real loss wasn't the money. It was the man who would have given her the world if she'd only asked. If this story hit you, hit that like button. Drop a comment. What would you have done in Alex's position? And subscribe, because stories like this, stories about real human emotion, betrayal, and justice, are what we're all about. Remember, treat people with kindness. You never know who you're standing next to. See you in the next one.